I'll introduce the movie in just a moment. I just want to give some background real quick. Because I thought I knew what to expect going in, but I didn't expect it to be this bad.
I don't know what I expected, but...
So, full disclosure, I found this from watching some list video on whatculture.com. It was something like movies so bad
they're good.
Yeah, like essentially like that. Something like that. And I heard one line out of it, which is essentially the first line from the film. And I was like, all right. And they said it was only like 70 minutes. And actually, it's less than that. It's an hour and 6 minutes, so 66 minutes.
But it feels like it's 2 hours long.
It does. It was the longest. And I don't know if that's because it's bad or just because I was sitting there cringing so much the whole time. Like, it's hard to look away. Full disclosure, this is not a good movie, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie to kill an hour.
Yes. Like, I said this during the film, like, this would have been, like, the perfect film for a stoner to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you were baked while watching this, there is no, like, limit to the amount of laughs. Like, you could probably die... Like, I felt like I was going to die from cardiac arrest just sitting there because I couldn't catch my breath.
Especially, I feel like it got less funny the more it went on, but, like, the beginning was, like, fucking ridiculous.
Like, the first third.
Yeah, the first third was good.
Yeah.
There's some funny stuff, like, sprinkled out throughout the middle and the end, but for the majority, the most of it's in the beginning.
And just to drop it here, the movie is called ThanksKilling, and it was made in 2007. Who was the director?
The director is Jordan Downey.
Okay, and it has a fairly small cast, and I think it had a budget of like $112,000, which is surprising when you actually look at it, because it's very low quality, especially for 2007. It looks like it's from the 90s.
Yeah, this one, it says the budget is $3,500 here.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe,
so I'm not too
maybe the
sure.
number I looked at was for the second film then. ThanksKilling 3 got $112,000. That's what it was.
What year is it actually? Because I get 3. I get 2007, then it says 2008, then this one says 2009 on IMDb. So, like, it says initial release 2008.
So we'll just say 2008.
Okay.
So the premise is after the first Thanksgiving, we'll say indigenous person or Native American. They say
Indian.
I'm like, and like the turkey even says Indian, and it feels disingenuous. Is that the right way to put it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it goes with like everything else in this movie that's crude.
And then right after this, I also want to put out, this is spoiler filled. So if you plan on watching this, maybe stop listening right now and then go watch it and come back.
Yeah, because we have no filter when it comes to that shit. So yeah, we'll just warning you right now.
Yeah, full disclosure, we're gonna go through everything that we can remember. So
it's hard to forget.
Yeah. So the whole premise is basically the natives put a curse on the pilgrims that this undead turkey essentially will like kill them for like revenge, basically, for eternity. We open on a shot. The poster literally says,
warning,
boobs in the first second. It's literally just a pair of tits.
Yep, it was right in your face. And here's a trivia fact about it. The opening scene with Wanda Lust was shot without a permit in a public park.
Wow.
Yeah, that's ballsy.
Yeah, it is. It's one thing to shoot without a permit. It's another thing to shoot without a permit and have your tits hanging out.
And they were hanging out. For no fucking reason. We don't get any context behind that.
And so this turkey is chasing this chick through the woods, basically.
Yeah.
It's a very small section of the woods. She barely fucking tries. And she falls over a rock, and the turkey is like right in her face pretty much when she gets up. I'll let you say it.
I'll insert the clip. I can't do it justice.
Nice tits, bitch.
It's honestly fantastic. Like, there are, and I think this is one of the first things I said while we were watching it too, there are as many bad puns in this as Arnold Schwarzenegger delivers in Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah.
if not more. Like, it's fucking bad.
Yeah, it takes that to a whole nother level.
Yes.
Everything that fucking turkey says is a pun, pretty much.
100%.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of fucking really funny scenes. So immediately after the killing of the pilgrim chick, we go to... Is it a college?
Yeah, I want to say it's a college.
Because otherwise it didn't make any sense.
No. There's literally no other people around there. It's just them.
We get introduced to all the characters. It's Johnny, Billy. And he tears his shirt off. This is the part that drives me nuts. I'm going to jump back and forth right here for a moment. He rips his wife beater off. and because he's trying to get some other girl to show her tits. And then she, for some reason, does pull up her shirt. She sells a bra on.
Yeah.
And then they go immediately to like the next part of the scene. And he's putting a new wife beater on. And then he has a different shirt on in the next shot. And then another different shirt in the next shot.
Yeah, it's just like that's a theme throughout the whole movie is like so much like inconsistency with the shots.
Yeah,
nothing correlates with each other.
I mean, it's fucking hilarious. It's like, especially if you notice, but it's just like, what in the hell?
Yeah.
So yeah, Johnny, Billy.
The nerdy dude his name starts with a D. I have the
Darren.
fucking thing right here.
It's Darren.
Kristen
and Allie, and then so they're all going on a trip back home, basically, in Johnny's Jeep. They're all talking about like what they're grateful for in the Jeep, and it gets really fucking weird. They do this flashback because Johnny's talking. He's like, "Oh, family's one of the most important things to me." Just randomly, like the whole tone of the fucking thing just changes.
Yeah, he's trying to get all serious.
And it does this flashback to when he was a kid. He's still the same fucking age. Like, they couldn't even get a different actor to do this. Like,
and he's talking about his dad throwing the football with him, but you only see Johnny for like 3 seconds.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It just it was funny. It did make me laugh, but it was just like, why would you not take the time to actually like get a kid and the person who played his dad to just do a quick 2-second clip,
right?
And then Billy says something about his taking care of his mom.
Yeah, taking care of his mom because his dad died, right?
Yeah,
something like that. And
then Darren completely changes the subject when he's the one who brought it up. And he's like, I'm just going to get laid and it's going to be someone in this Jeep tonight. I was like...
And it won't be by myself this time. And he like holds his hand up.
And the loose individual in the vehicle says, it's not going to be me. And here's where we get my favorite joke of the movie.
They start calling her a hoe and a slut.
And then she's all, I'm not a hoe. And he's like, yeah, you're kind of a skank. And then the other girl says, your legs are harder to close than the John Benet Ramsey case.
Yeah.
And so the first time you hear it, it's fucking hilarious.
It like takes you by like surprise so much.
Yes. And then we're going to jump forward right here real quick just so I don't forget. They say the fucking joke 2 more times.
And not only that, like the second time they say it, they react like it's the first time they're hearing it. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, the second time it's when they're dropping that alley chick off and they're just talking shit about her behind her back. But yeah, they act like it never happened before to her face. Yeah. The third time's the worst.
Especially because it's right after, obviously we're still on spoilers, but still, it's right after the chick dies. And Darren goes, well, at least, well, and he said it wrong too. He did. He said, well, at least her legs were harder to close than John Benet Ramsey's legs. Yeah. I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah, this is a child. It was bad. And like, when you have a joke or something that like edgy that hits hard the first time, you don't fucking keep putting it back in there. Because like it really like takes away from the impact of the first time. That's bad.
Fucking rolling. Like it took me probably 3 minutes to quit laughing on that part.
Yeah, and then after that they immediately go to Kristen's dad drinking the coffee, and then you get more laughs. So he's like, you have no time to stop fucking laughing.
So we'll go to that. Yeah. So right after the whole the first John Benet Ramsey joke, Kristen calls her dad, who's a sheriff, and he's drinking. He's drinking a cup of coffee. He says,
and not only that, his mustache is like fake as fuck.
oh my god. He says, well, this coffee tastes like shit. She says, yeah. He says, what did you do? Brew it with actual shit? And she says, yes, I did. And I want a divorce.
And she pulls out the fucking pot of coffee and there's shit in there. And his reaction to it is just like, really,
oh, okay.
nonchalant. And that's what Kristen calls him.
And so she has this conversation with him about, oh, she's gonna be there tonight and everything. And he's like, okay, you gonna go to the ball with me? And it's like some police ball or something.
Yeah, some Thanksgiving police dance thing.
She's all, yeah, Dad, I'll go with you. And he's like, okay, just a heads up, your stepmother left me. Bye now. The most nonchalant character. Like, there is some shit that's absolutely unbelievable in here. And then there's the dad and the turkey.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to. But, so after that phone call, the Jeep breaks down.
Yeah.
Which is, I thought the whole film was going to take place in the fucking woods at this point, honestly.
Yeah, it's very unconventional in that way.
Yeah. Like, there were multiple times, like, me and you were even guessing who was going to die first.
Yeah.
Because they set it up in a certain way where you're like, oh yeah, it's going to be this person.
Right.
And then I was like, it could be either of these two, but it was still like fucking 30 minutes later, it felt like it wasn't, but like,
yeah,
it's the way it felt. So they go into the woods. Oh, and also during that first scene where they're in the Jeep, this guy is out hunting with his dog, and his dog takes a piss on this totem, which happens to be where the turkey was buried. And it brings the turkey back to life.
And it shows a close-up of his face and is still getting pissed on.
Oh, fuck! I'm pissed!
He's like, what the fuck? And when the hunter comes to find his dog, he's all, oh no, what happened? He's like, it was an accident. He's like, well, then what happened? He's like, well, that axe over there accidentally went in his head.
Your dog had an accident. What the hell? What kind of accident? Well, I took this here axe and I accidentally cut him. Get it? Accident.
It's like, oh my god.
And the guy's talking to the turkey like it's just normal to talk to fucking turkeys.
That's one thing that really threw me off with this film. Like, nobody, like, blinks at talking to a turkey.
He's talking to him. But what does he say while he's getting pissed on? He's like, I'm pissed.
He says, I can't even do it the way he says it, but yeah, he's all, oh, now I'm pissed. And I will say, once we get done to this, like, we're gonna mention a lot of these quotes, but I'm just gonna go through most of the turkey's lines by the end of this, just so you guys get an idea. So they get stuck in the woods. They call him Hermit.
Yeah.
That Hermit guy vows revenge on the turkey. For some reason leaves when he has a fucking rifle on his shoulder. But he just sit there and screams at the sky. So that
was hilarious.
Yeah. So they decide to camp out in the woods, and they're drinking and stuff. And then the nerdy dude Darren says, or he finds a sign that has the name of the town, and it freaks him out because he remembers reading some book at some point that talked about the turkey demon thingy. He tells it as it's essentially like a ghost story around the fire, and they get all freaked out very unconvincingly. And the girl's like, oh shit, I gotta go tell my dad that the car broke down. So she goes to call him. What is he doing? Throwing mail?
Yeah, he's like, bills,
Yeah.
more bills. Yeah, and tells him that she can't make it, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Doesn't go too far into it. And then as soon as she hangs up,
the turkey shows up, and I was like, oh shit. Well, and we even said, oh, maybe she's gonna die first.
Yeah.
Because she went off on her own, and that's typically how films work.
Yeah.
So what does the turkey say to her? Oh, she says, there's no such thing as evil turkeys. Yeah. There's no such thing as evil turkeys. And he says, there's no such thing as evil turkey. He says, oops, I lied. Yeah. And I can't for the life of me remember what his one-liner is right there, though.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch!
After that, she runs back to the group, and they don't believe her. She gets pissed, goes in the tent, and then...
Johnny gets upset.
Goes in the tent.
Goes in his tent.
In the other tent, yeah. And then they all essentially go to bed, and Billy tries hooking up with Allie.
Yeah.
She says, no, sir. And he ends up falling asleep on the ground somehow.
And not dying?
Yeah. And the hermit... He essentially wakes up with the hermit over him and telling him he just saved his life, and you see turkey shit on his chest. It's so fucking strange.
It is.
I just can't get over how many times in this film, like, my mouth just kind of fucking just kept dropping because I was like, I can't believe anybody would make something this stupid.
I know.
And it got a crazy following. Like,
yeah.
It's cult classic.
Yeah.
It's not the same level of, like, Clerks, but, like, people treat it that way. And then after this scene, they pretty much just leave.
Yeah, they leave at that point, and that's when they go just to drop everybody off or whatever.
Yeah.
And
because the hermit just basically says, he's like, okay, well, I'm off now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find this fucking turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So they all leave. They go drop each other off at the houses. This is when we get the second fucking John Benet Ramsey joke.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, no.
No?
No. Right before that, after they've already been driving for a while. Gas, ass, or grass?
Oh my god, yeah. It's like a really, like... There's a whole lot of shit in that scene itself that doesn't make any fucking sense.
This guy pulls over on the side of the road to fucking pick up the turkey hitchhiking.
Ass, gas, or grass?
Yeah, it's just like everyone in this movie just views a turkey as like a person or something.
And he's all... gas, ass, or grass? And he's, well, I'm all out of gas. So
I guess it's ass or something like that. And he immediately just turns around and sticks his ass in the guy's face.
Mm-hmm. Now that's what I call a tight ass.
And he starts fucking unzipping his pants. And he's all, no!
It's not for you. Or anyone else for that matter.
Immediately pulls a fucking gun to his face, tells him, call your daughter. He calls his daughter, he says he loves his daughter, and all of a sudden his fucking head explodes.
Yeah, like you said, it looks like a fucking balloon just popped.
Yeah. It looks like they had, like, fake blood inside of a balloon, and then, like, someone put a compressor to it, like, at super high speed, and just fucking let it go.
Yeah. This man wanted to fuck a turkey.
He was ready to go.
And then we switch to Johnny dropping Allie off.
Yeah. John Benet Ramsey number 2.
Yeah, which...
We already went over it. It's fucking stupid. he goes into the house, and...
His mom greets him.
Yeah, and they have some, like, very minor confrontation over the fact that Johnny and his dad don't get along. And so she convinces him to go talk to his dad. And
it's all because he lost the starting job.
Yeah.
Quarterback job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's way too many fucking football puns in this, too.
Oh, my God.
About audibles and timeouts and fucking...
They said the audible thing twice, too.
3 times.
Yeah, 3 times in different spots. I'm like, geez.
And the timeout one was... It was well placed, but it was just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So she convinces him to go talk to his dad. And the dad's ignoring him. And as he, like, looks at him, he just fucking lets one rip, bro. Damian had rewind. He's like, well, what the fuck just happened?
There was no fucking reason for that at all.
It was just completely out of character moment. Like, it was like almost like they just needed to break the tension because it got too serious for 2 seconds. They both go out on the back porch and they're talking, and he lies to his dad that he got the starting job back.
And his dad loves him.
Yeah, and his dad... he says, I love you, Dad. And his dad's getting ready to say it. And then the fucking turkey cuts the dad's throat. Like, out of fucking nowhere.
It's like a box cutter.
And then he freaks out. And his dad's head flies off. It's the worst animation I've ever seen in my life.
That was like Mortal Kombat 4 blood coming out of his head.
Mortal Kombat 4 was better than that.
That's true.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And then he runs to the sliding glass door, and his mom is just standing with her fucking throat slashed and her eyes cut out.
Yeah, and you can tell her eyes are just closed. You can see them closed on her.
And then like he barely looks traumatized, and then all of a sudden he's in his car and he's fucking like yelling and he's talking about, I'm gonna fucking kill this turkey, blah 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 blah.
Then he shows up at Billy's house. Yeah,
they all meet at Billy's house except for Allie, and they're talking about what happened, and then they're like, oh shit, Allie's not here, we told her to come. They immediately book it over to her house, and she is
getting railed.
Yeah. With her skirt down. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna show the boobs at the beginning, but you're not gonna make the sex scene just a tad bit convincing.
Right, like I'm not saying, oh, you need to pull her tits out or anything. Like, just lift the skirt a little bit.
Yeah.
Not because I'm like a perv. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But
so that's happening.
Yeah, so that's happening, and then all of a sudden, the dude gets fucking stabbed, and it essentially looks like a cum shot on her back, but in blood.
She feels it.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, you're so fucking quick. And then all of a sudden, the turkey starts fucking her.
And not only that, the guy makes no noise at all. Like, nothing. They're fucking silent.
And so the turkey starts going like 10 seconds. And I'm going to give you the quote on this one. He says...
Right after he's done.
It says, while having sex with Allie, damn, that was good. You just got stuffed.
You just got stuffed.
And then he stabs her neck.
Yeah, he just immediately, like the flick of a feather, just fucking snaps her neck right off. And then this is when we get John Benet Ramsey 3. And they literally he goes in and he's like, oh, it's probably too late. And he's like, oh, and it's weirdest like green screen looking fucking shot, like the only green screen looking shot.
Like they shot that like after they were done with everything else or something. I don't know.
Either that or they didn't get the angle and they did like a zoom with the computer and not the camera.
Probably.
It just looked weird. Like, it was one of the main shots that bothered me in the whole film. There were a lot of shots. We'll go over another one in probably 5 minutes. So then he goes in, and then you get the John Benet Ramsey 3, and he comes back out, oh, she's dead.
That's when they go back to Kristen's house.
Yes.
Because her dad... Well, they were going to go to the library, and they realized the library wasn't open that late, so they go back to Kristen's house because her dad has a book room or whatever.
Yes.
And supposedly the book that they need is there. It's gonna be there.
Yeah. We'll go over that in a minute. So the turkey's already there.
He shows up.
And the turkey rings the doorbell. And the dad is dressed up as a turkey for Thanksgiving for that police ball.
Yeah, like he got a picture in the mail or something. That was another thing he got in the mail. Like,
yeah.
He won something or something.
Yeah, it was something for the ball.
Yeah.
And so the turkey shows up with the fucking classic mustache, nose, glasses.
Disguise.
Yeah.
And that fucking gets him.
He's all, oh, I didn't know Kristen was friends with any midgets. He's all, come on in, we can wait for her. And they're drinking...
Hazelnut
coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
They have the weirdest fucking conversation, and he keeps pissing the turkey off. Like, he's being as nice as possible, just fucking ditzy dude. And
it is an awkward like conversation because like half the time nobody's talking.
He's all, oh fuck, and he's all, excuse me, what did you just say? And he says, what am are midgets not allowed to say fuck? And he's all, I'm not worried about I'm more worried about the age of the fuck, not the size of the fuck. I was like, that's an interesting way to go about it.
He's like, how old are you? 510 years old. He's like, oh, I guess you could say it then. Oh, fuck it, I guess you could say it.
He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. He's like, because he tells him, he's like, I swear, if one more fucking thing comes out of your mouth. He's all, what did you say? He's like, no, nothing.
And
he's like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. And he's all, what a strange duck. And he said, you know what? Fuck this shit.
That's it.
And then all of a sudden, I want to call them kids.
But not really.
The group of
co-eds,
the main characters, show up. And
who answers the fucking door?
The fucking turkey answers the door. And he's 2 feet tall. And he's wearing the dad's face, which has shrunk.
For some reason. To fit the fucking turkey's face.
And the daughter hugs it.
She buys it completely.
Yeah, everyone buys it.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense. And she's like, well, can you show us to the garage so we can look for a book? And he's all, yes. Do you remember where that is? And so they go to the thing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daddy. I'd die if it wasn't for you.
More like, you will die if it was for me.
Start looking through books. It takes them 5 minutes.
Yeah, the montage makes it seem like it's longer than that, and fucking
Fat boys eating French fries.
And he's getting more and more each time they show him.
Yeah,
which is hilarious.
They came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and there's an awkward like romantic thing going on between Johnny and Kristen at the same time when they it's weird.
I've gone over it enough. It's bad.
They find the book.
Yeah, they find the book. Oh, and this part fucking irritates me too. So he's looking in the book for a way to kill the turkey. And it comes down to a math equation. And then they find out how to do it in a little bit. But so they go, but Billy's hungry, so he's going to go in the kitchen and look. And he sees the turkey trying to hide the dad's body.
Yeah, and his face is skinned off.
Yeah. So they did find out that they need to remove the totem that the turkey has, which you don't see the rest of the fucking time.
No, just when they take it off.
Yeah.
And then you got to say this
demonic
prayer backwards.
Yeah. And then burn him at the stake. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, this is hard. This is one of those like ones. It's just there was way too much fucking going on.
Yeah.
But so then they all come in. The dad's face is fucking peeled off. He's dead on the ground. So they wrestle the totem away from him.
You kids are retarded.
The turkey leaves. And Billy immediately is like, well, I'm fucking hungry. I'm leaving. And they're like, Darren even says, well, he's fucking dead then. Yeah. And they're like, dude.
And not only does he walk out, he walks fucking miles. Like, in a matter of a couple minutes.
Johnny is basically apologizing to Kristen for her dad dying. Mm-hmm. Neither of them show any emotion with their parents' deaths.
No.
Like, at all.
No.
Like, nothing. All of a sudden, Darren comes in and tells him he's figured out how to kill the turkey, which we just went over. And they're like, well, it says he is either in his teepee, which was out of fucking nowhere, or he's killing one of your friends.
Like, and that's when they realize.
They're like, oh shit, Billy.
And then we catch up with Billy, and he's walking down the sidewalk, and the turkey makes it to where he's like, kind of like making Billy hallucinate this fucking actual, like, it's a cartoon turkey.
Yeah.
And he picks it up and eats it, and the fucking turkey just pops out of his stomach.
I think he blows a hole in his chest.
Oh, is that what it is?
Because remember the gun barrel comes out before he does.
Oh, okay. And he says a line right there, I think. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
The one from the poster is gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker. Now that's what I call foul play.
And then all of a sudden the friends show up. He's like twitching on the ground. Like, he's fucking dead. That's one thing with this film. Nobody knew how to die. Except for Allie. After her fucking neck got stabbed, she was dead. So they go and talk to Billy as he's like on his last breaths. Darren and Billy have a moment. Like a little montage with the dumbest fucking song.
Dead best friend, Billy. Why did you have to leave me, Billy? Why did you have to leave me? You're my best friend, Billy.
And it's either before or after when he's going on like his little tangent. Like, it's almost like improvised what he's saying.
Yeah, but it's like fucking, I mean, I'm sure it probably was.
Yeah.
That's probably why they went back and filmed the thing with them feeding each other ice cream and
and the song.
But honestly, that was one of the most like, that was the most like believable delivery of the whole film, even though it was way overboard.
Yeah.
Like, he actually seemed like he was fucked up about it.
Nobody's fucked up about their parents dying, but when your friend does. Like,
no.
Which didn't even seem like his friend at all.
No. I mean, he was the only reason that he was in the group.
Yeah, and the only line to indicate that they were friends is that he's with me. But every other fucking line, he's like insulting him or doing whatever. It's like, what the fuck?
He's that friend in every friend group. I think friends like that are only in friend groups, so there's another target. So like someone will bring in a new person, so they're not the target anymore. I see it happen a lot, but I never thought about it until that film, like during that film, because it seems like Billy would have been the punching bag before he brought him along.
Yeah,
I mean, and then they still had Allie to pick on too.
There is when they drive away and they
find the teepee.
They find the teepee, and inside the teepee, this fucking turkey is making a salad, tossing a salad.
Oh shit! So they come up
What's he say? It's like the perfect night for a juicy salad. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
They pull right up next to this fucking tent in the Jeep.
Then
they're loud as fuck outside of this Jeep, talking about their plan, and they're like, "Oh, I wish we had some rope." And he pulls out a string from his pocket. And he's like, "I got some rope." I'm like, "It's not fucking rope." And they're like, "Okay, well, we still need a lighter." And he pulls out.
I got a lighter too.
He's like, "I'm always calling audibles."
I'm always prepared. If I'm not, I'm calling audible.
That was the second audible. The other one was shortly before that, saying something like, "It's not like football. I can't call an audible."
Yeah, when the Christian's talking to him about like life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even follow their own fucking rules. So they plan on Darren going around back and tying the turkey, and the other two distracting him. They jump in and they start doing it, and literally Darren just throws the string around the front of him, and that's it. That's,
doesn't even fucking tie it.
No.
Doesn't attempt to look like he's tying it.
Nothing. They do this backwards demonic prayer.
Yeah.
And then they get in the middle of talking about something.
As they're just saying the prayer, like the lights are going off and on, and it seems to be having some effect on the turkey. And then he just dips.
Well, it's because they got cocky and they started talking shit to it.
Yeah.
The turkey dips and immediately is met outside by the hermit. And the hermit just fucking unloads one right in the middle of him.
And for some fucking reason, it's not explained, this guy is like having a bandana over one eye.
Well, not even at that point.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it's like right here.
Oh, okay.
Like right here. Because it just keeps getting lower the whole time. He shoots the turkey. The turkey flies into this trash can. We go over and we look at it and everything. And he's like, here's the thing I find the least believable, which we'll touch on in a moment. But this trash can, they're huddling over. Why didn't they light it on fire like they're supposed to kill him?
Right.
That made no sense. I mean, he wasn't moving, which, I mean, I get it. But then they all leave, and they're like, "Oh, good job. Haha, high five. Fucking cool.
Let's go watch a fucking movie."
Yeah.
Completely dismissing the parents dead in the house is, like, once again, like...
Essentially watching a movie probably feet away from her dad. And then all of a sudden we get, like, a flashback to the trash can. Because we kind of see the turkey's eyes turn green while they're there.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it flashes to the front of the trash can and it says radioactive. And I'm like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind to think this is a thing. I'm sure. I've never had to deal with radioactive trash because it's not a thing you put on the side of the fucking road.
Just another questionable thing on top of a bunch of questionable things.
I'm usually able to suspend disbelief, but something like that is just so fucking out there.
So we get back to the house while they're fucking watching a movie, and then Johnny and Kristen start getting into it, and they actually start boning.
Right in front of Darren.
Right in front of Darren, so Darren goes to the bathroom.
He says, "I gotta go to the bathroom."
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah. And as he's going through, he goes through the kitchen. And is it after he takes a piss?
Yeah.
He comes out and he looks through the fucking fridge or whatever, and then the fucking turkey pops up.
He throws a thermometer in his ass.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a one-liner there, but I can't remember what it was.
You're done, bitch.
And then he fucking pulls his tongue out.
Yeah, with like he fucking like with his mouth, with his beak.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, right after that, he just fucking pecks his heart out. Like, it's fucking brutal.
And then after that, Darren's still fucking moving around and shit.
He's having dreams of Billy.
Yeah.
Like
trying to get him to go into the light, yeah.
All of a sudden, fucking Johnny wakes up and he's all, I had a bad dream. So he's
contemplating whether or not that they actually killed the turkey or whatever, and Christian's trying to tell him everything's okay.
Oh, no, we got it, honey. So he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go check on Darren real quick. I'll be right back. And he immediately gets stabbed with a turkey carver. The fucking electric turkey carvers. And It's he's sitting there holding it in his chest.
Yeah, like you can see behind the turkey's head, he's holding it.
Oh.
And then as he's getting fucking stabbed, massive amounts of blood come out of his mouth.
She comes and what does she do to the turkey?
She punches it. She punches it and he flies onto the counter. And once again, she like really has no emotion as to the fact that he's getting stabbed.
Yeah, she just essentially pulls him out of fucking room. Doesn't even like personally herself unplug the fucking turkey carver. They just bring the cord with them and it comes out of the wall.
And he's holding it the whole time.
All the way through to a few moments later where he dies.
Yeah, and that's when they get to the shed, and that's when you saw a shit ton of blood coming out of his mouth in the previous scene in the kitchen, and then now there's like hardly anything there.
And it's like dry.
Yeah, and it's dry. And he's still sitting there like holding it.
Yeah.
In place.
Like, I'm sorry, if it's a turkey carver and it's already grinding back and forth, it's not gonna hurt you if you fucking pull it out.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop the bleeding by keeping it in either. Now she decides to grab WD-40. It looked like
with
WD-40.
the lighter.
With a lighter and light the turkey on fire.
But it wasn't the right way to light him on fire.
No.
Because you gotta burn him at the stake. You hear the voice over to Darren, and then she fucking... Did she throw him?
She kicks
him, yeah.
Kicks him to this fucking wood pile.
That's there, like, just set up like a TP shape type of thing.
A turkey leg flies out of the fire.
And it's cooked, of course, because he's on fire.
And she eats it.
And the fucking hermit shows up.
Yeah, and this is where he has the fucking eye covered all the way. I was like, when did he lose an eye? And she pretty much ignores him, but he's like, good job, girly. And fucking, he just fucks off.
Yeah.
And she's sitting here just eating turkey. And that's the end of her scene. And then all of a sudden, we have this nice family dinner on Thanksgiving with some random family.
And not only, that really feels like it should have been like an after credit scene or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, the fucking turkey comes back to life and says, sequel bait, motherfucker.
Yeah. And just fucking flies at the screen. And then it says, ThanksKilling will return in space.
In outer space. I'm like, oh my god. Obviously, there is a lot this film could have done to be better. But
I don't know how much better you could have made it.
It's obvious. It obviously wasn't the goal to make a good movie, though. Honestly, I don't even know what you would call the goal of this film.
And it's pretty ballsy to try to make this your first like full length movie.
Yeah,
it's ballsy.
And don't get me wrong, it's fairly short. So I mean, it's if you have the time, it's easy to get through. Especially that first third. That first third just flies.
Yeah,
because you pretty much don't stop laughing at the continuity breaks with the shirts and stuff like that. All of a sudden the top on the Jeep is on when it wasn't before.
Yeah.
Just random stuff like that. And a lot of that is probably due to they had to put it on to make it easier to film.
That and just like first time filmmaking shit.